to another episode of Field Day Fun. I'm your host, Drew Burris. Come along with me for just a little bit of time, and I'm going to introduce to you some of my Field Day friends that can maybe help you with this year in Field Day. No matter if you're in person, remote, or have a mixture of hybrid with students that are in session or virtual, my guests will be able to help you with all your needs. Today, my guest is Mr. Derrick Biehl. Derrick, how are you today?
I'm doing great. How are you, Drew?
I am very good. I appreciate you coming on this evening and being able to talk to the viewers about different things that they might be able to do for this year's Field Day.
Definitely looking forward to it, and thanks for having me on.
All right, so let's go ahead and get started with our 5 fun facts that we go through with all of our guests. Let's start with number 5. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Derrick. So what you teach and where you teach at.
Yeah, so I'm K through 5 physical education. Right now, I'm currently out in Naperville, Illinois, which is like I'd say 45 minutes south of Chicago. And it's my 4th year there, but this is my final year there because this summer I am moving back to Western New York, this side, I guess,
Gotcha.
back to Buffalo area, and I'm trying to teach PE out there and just kind of continue the same thing, just in a different location, a little closer to home.
Gotcha. Well, that sounds good, man. I see that you are a Bills fan.
That it's pretty apparent right now.
They had a pretty good, strong season this year.
They did. I was also there through the late 90s and early
Oh, I
2000s. And
gotcha. Cool, man.
yeah,
Awesome. Awesome. All right. So let's go to number 4. What is your teaching platform this year? We've had a lot of, kind of, well, we're going to start with this and then we might go to this. With me, we started in August with in-person and we had virtual. So we had a mix of a hybrid going on, and we've had students come back in throughout the school year. How has your teaching been for this year?
yeah. So we switched a little bit too, but started the school year strong with remote and full remote everybody, probably until, well, we brought kids back in person in January, I believe, but it was only for classroom teachers. So as a special area teacher, even though the kids were in person, like hybrid style, I was still all remote in the afternoon. So they kind of shortened my schedule a little bit, and I was full remote in the afternoons and just crammed all PE classes there. So, but now we are finally back to 5 days a week in person. And we have a few Zoomers where I do, I think it's called concurrent teaching, where it's room and Zoom pretty much. So sometimes there'll be times where I can room and Zoom real easily. We always have to have a synchronous portion to the lesson, first 5-10 minutes or so. We do like instant activity and learning targets. And then sometimes if the lesson doesn't tailor to room and Zoom, we'll push out an independent assignment for the kids to do at home while we take the kids outside if the weather plays along with us. So
Gotcha.
I'm learning on the go.
Yeah, it's been an interesting year for all of us. We've got mostly maybe 40 kids probably now just virtual, and I think they've made the cutoff to where they're not allowed to come back. I mean, they might, but yeah, we're starting to get back to normal. So it really feels good though, seeing them all come back, and it's kind of a different year for all PE teachers. Really
Yeah,
good.
I'll be honest, I've missed it so much.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll make the best of whatever situation we're in,
Right.
but it's so fun to have the kids back. My days
Yeah.
are so much more enjoyable.
Oh yeah.
So,
Yeah, I agree with you on that. Okay, so let's go to number 3 now. All right. So last year's Field Day. So I noticed on your Twitter feed, if you've not followed him, you need to follow him on Twitter, that you had a really awesome idea for a Field Day theme for last year. So I'm going to let you go ahead and share that idea, because I know it got on to some success because there was other teachers that kind of duplicated what you did.
yeah. So first of all, Drew, you've been huge inspiration to me doing themed field days. In fact, I
Thanks.
brought my field day hat. I've only got 3 under my belt, but every year
Yep.
we've done a theme, and actually off of your PE Central post, I think it was a Fun in the Sun.
Oh yeah, number 1. That was the first one. Yep.
It worked out great. That was my first one too. And then we did Welcome to the Jungle, which is like jungle themed. And
I
then
remember
last
that.
year
Yep.
we did Flip Grid Field Day because we were all virtual. So I even
Right.
wore my Flip Grid Field Day
I
shirt.
seen that. Yeah.
Yeah, so thought I'd dress accordingly. I don't have to
Yeah.
Yeah, so since last year, we went full virtual towards the end of the year with COVID. We did a full virtual field day, and I thought, I'm pretty fluent in Flipgrid, so I figured, I still wanted a sense of like community sort of for field
Right.
day. So I saw everyone doing these minute to win it challenges, and I thought to myself, man, I could create 10 minute to win it challenges, do them as like different stations, and then record those videos and upload them to Flipgrid, where
Mhm.
kids could then watch Mr. Beal do the challenge at his house. I go through how to do it, and I even have like a score to beat. And then the kids do it at their house, but while they do it, they record through Flipgrid. So
Right.
I did a couple presentations on it. I think there's a YouTube link too. I can share the link with you later. But it worked out phenomenal, because I think the big success behind it was kids not only could do the challenges at home, but they could see their friends do the challenge.
It's
So
cool.
they could like kind of, of course you got kids who want to compete, so they could compete against each other. They could,
Yeah.
I had whole families joining into it. So like families created like a score system and kept score with it. It was actually really cool to see how, creative the kids got with it. But I'll probably be, and I don't want to answer your question ahead of time, but I'll probably be doing some sort of virtual thing through Flipgrid this year too, to tie along
Gotcha.
with field day. So
So
it worked
would you say last year's was a pretty big success for your students?
Yeah, I mean, all things considered, I didn't have full 100% participation, but participation was
Right.
really high.
Right.
I had a lot of videos to watch, which was honestly a lot of fun, and a couple of them, saved them to my Google Drive to watch later, just because they were really funny. But it was it was awesome, and we had some good stories along with it, and we got
Nice.
to make a big announcement afterwards and everything. And I had some kids dress up in like green clothing, or some, I think
Cool.
he even made his own Flipgrid shirt,
That's
which was
nice.
pretty cool. So
Yeah. Yeah, because I know, last year it took a toll on a lot of us, just, especially for us that, are really into field day, and it just kind of it sank, it disappeared. And when I seen you had that up, I was like, oh, this has got to be good. He's connecting it with Flipgrid, and I was kind of thinking maybe somebody was going to kind of copy it a little bit, like do a Snapchat field day, and
oh, that would have been cool.
kind of like, well, like, any social media. I thought that was a great idea. And in all honesty, Flipgrid is why I started mine up, was because of your field day, because I wanted to implement it into our school year. And
That's awesome.
we started Seesaw up this year, but I kept Flipgrid going as well. So yeah, I give you credit on getting me started with the Flipgrid. That I like that app. That app has a lot that you can do with.
Oh yeah, and I used it back in person, just for like, we would do like rubric assignments and stuff, like
Right.
came up with their own jump rope routine, and they had to use Flipgrid to record it to themselves. And I'm fortunate where they're one-to-one with technology, so
Yeah.
they could, it really gave kids ownership of it. And
Hmm.
I personally think that Flipgrid's very easy to use, and I
It
think
is.
kids can navigate it really well. And also like there's video editing features to it, so kids get way more into it than I thought they would too,
Right.
which is
Yeah, we started one-to-one this year too. They gave all the students iPads, so we've implemented a lot of that into class. So that's been a very big help for them to kind of get used to that app. So yeah,
yeah.
that's it all. I get I tip my hat off to you on that one, man. That was a great idea. A
I'm
great.
glad it finally came full circle, because I was like going ham off of all your field day fun that I see all over Twitter, and I'm like, holy, how's Drew doing all this? Like your
I don't
fun,
know,
your
man.
journal.
It hits me. I Somebody asked me one day, he's like, oh, I think because I go to Missouri's conference every year and present the ideas.
Mhm.
I know I had a lady come up to me one day and say, "Are you like?" I think she went to all the sessions, because I do it every year. She goes, "Are you ever out of ideas?" I said, "Nope. I'm pretty sure I got enough until I retire." So, and I said, I keep adding more on.
Yeah, and you do like flags or something, right? You make a flag for every field day. Am I
I
right?
make a banner, and
Yeah.
we stake the banner out on the field. Yeah. So it kind of represents, it's like kind of their welcoming. So they, kind of walk past the banner, and, it's showtime from then. So yeah,
Oh yeah, man. And you can hang that up in your gym all year too. You know what
that's
I
what
mean?
I did. See, at my previous school, I had all 8 of them at the time when I was there hanging from the rafters. So now when I switched schools, so now we've got the field, the camp field day, the one we did virtually last year. That banner's hanging up, which I talked about previously with other guests. We had about maybe 50% success rate with our field day last year. So when they all came in, you had students either going, "Oh, I know what that is," or what's that? And now we've got our Disney one getting ready to be hung up when we get
Oh,
done with this year. So yeah, pretty stoked.
yeah,
Pretty. I've been waiting a year and a half. I'm ready to go.
it's nice to see the kids getting excited about
Yeah,
that.
got a countdown board going on. We're going to do prize drawings. I thought, well, I'll even throw the staff in. We're going to do Disney trivia. So I'm going to send out a question every day. And we're going to have the students answer, and then I'm going to have the staff answer, and they're going to have their own little drawing. So got to get, I mean, they're all loving it. So
That is really cool, man. Yeah, I love seeing that stuff. So keep it coming. I'm
oh, it's going.
some ideas from you as we go.
I've got too many ads. Like, well, I mean, like with all the Disney movies, I can make ads for years. So I'm trying to pick the easy ones, like that they'll know of. So yeah.
I bet the kids get so into it.
Okay, so let's go on to our second one. So number 2, this year's field day. You said that you were going to kind of use Flipgrid a little bit again this year. What other plans, or is it just Flipgrid for this year?
So I got to be transparent here. It's
Okay.
not fully committed because,
Gotcha.
in fact, tomorrow morning at 8 a.m., this is on a Sunday night, obviously,
Yeah.
I'm having a Zoom with our district people where we're chatting about field day. And I've been
Gotcha.
involved in a lot of district communication and like decisions so far this year, which I've been lucky to be asked to be a part of that. But so I'm hoping that they just put some parameters on field day because
Right.
and I okayed it with my principal, but obviously I have to get district approval first. So my hope is this year we're going to do a target themed field day.
Gotcha.
So going along, because we have to be outside, socially distanced, every
Right.
kid's probably going to have their own piece of equipment, and then we
Right.
have to sanitize it afterwards and all that. So I thought to myself, what would lean well into, a theme for this year? And I thought, man, like if we do a bunch of target activities and stuff like that. So, and I thought with Target, I could also do an obstacle course or a Target run.
Uh-huh.
They have their own shopping carts and they have to, drive through and like either pick up items or maybe since we gotta be COVID safe, I don't know about picking up, but maybe like tap with their foot, something like that. So I'm still working on a Target theme, and but I want to do an outside one where
Right.
we can do it all outside, spread it out a little bit, K1 in one group, 2, 3 in another, so I can have less stations and more time for the kids to just go and play. And then 4th, 5 later, and then I'll also do a virtual option. So since I did all the grunt work last year of the Flipgrid
Right.
day and got all my templates and kind of know how to do it, it should be a lot easier.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So I'm hoping that if I have 7 stations for the in-person kids, then I'll have 7 minutes win it challenges, all target themed. I got to still plan out that, but I'm in the works of it. I was actually mapping it out before our Zoom. But so I'm planning on have a target virtual one and a target in-person one. Just the virtual one will
Gotcha.
be through field day. And
Yeah.
I'll have all the kids wear red. I always try to do like a little tchotchke they can take home. So I created like just through Google Slides a Target field day sticker that I'm going to print out through stickermules.com, and each
That's a
kid will
good
get a
one.
sticker that they can take home. And then the virtual kids, they'll probably get like a Target field day certificate. And I'll leave the virtual option open for in-person kids and kids at home. So if kids want just a little bit of extra field day fun, they can do the virtual one too.
It sounds like you got it planned out, ready to go.
I've been trying. I've been pitching the idea to my principal for the past month, but with all the different changes going on,
Oh, yeah.
everyone's like, I can't think about field day when I don't know about what we're doing next week. And I'm like, I get that, but it's a big event, so got to start planning now.
Yeah, and I kind of threw out the idea to my principal, whether we knew the answer or not. I thought maybe I just send out an email. So I emailed the virtual students, seeing that they wanted to come to kind of to their own block for field day.
Oh.
So what I'm doing is we will run pre-K through K in the morning. We'll do 1 and 2 in the afternoon, and then the last 45 minutes of the day before we have to dismiss them, we're going to invite the virtual students to come to kind of keep them, kind of in their own little area.
Cool.
I've had a very big success on that. There's been a lot of, people saying they're going to come do that. So, I mean, I was kind of shocked, I didn't really think, they would want to come, because they've been at home all year. But then I'm going to, for the ones who are not able to attend, I'll send them stuff out through our Seesaw app. But yeah, that's just, I gave it a shot. And I was like, it might happen, but yeah, I got a good response from that.
That's awesome. Yeah. And this is another decision I need answered by the district. But my principal and I were discussing saying, like, since it's going to be outside, maybe kids who are virtual would feel more comfortable doing it.
Right.
All wear masks and all that.
Uh-huh.
But I asked my principal, I was like, hey, can we leave it open? If a kid wants to come in for
Right.
field day, they can still come in at that time slot. It'll be no big deal.
Yeah.
And my principal's on board for it, but I got to get answers from
Approval.
district
Yeah.
before I
Oh,
can
yeah.
officially.
Yeah. I mean, you're going to be outside, and if they want to wear the masks, they can wear the masks. That's we give that option to all students and even the virtual ones coming in. So yeah, it sounds like you're prepared, ready to go.
I'm trying. I figured if I don't have a plan going into it, I can't like pitch an idea without a plan. You know what I mean? So
Gotcha. Yeah.
I've been trying to do the grunt work, and hopefully they'll see that it's manageable. So
Yeah.
fingers crossed, man.
Yeah.
I want to end the year on a bang, especially.
I think everybody wants to just do a great job and have a great end of the year. I know I'm putting all my effort and work into this because I'm trying to make it just it's for the students, and this would be kind of just like a shindig for us saying, hey, we made it all year and we're getting through this. So yeah, it's different times right now, but we're trying to do the best we can.
Well, and I love the idea of the and trying to get the staff involved and prize
Yeah.
giveaways.
Oh yeah, they love prizes. Yeah.
Oh, every kid does. Are you kidding me?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But I hope they do the honest code and not have to Google search anything. So yeah, we'll see how well that goes.
It'll all be a learning experience, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. 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 Because last year they did not get to see what I could do, because we weren't in person. This year they're going to get the full effect, and then hopefully want more and more and more. And it always gets bigger. I know you said the grunt work. I always try to outdo myself every year, and this year is definitely one of them where it's like, okay, we're back in person. It's time to get down and ready to go. So
this is your chance to set the stage.
Exactly. I mean? Yeah. I've already told them, I said, your socks are going to be blown off when you see this. I said, because I'm out there for at least from like 4:30 in the afternoon until 3:40 the next day in the afternoon. I mean, this is like a holiday to me. I take this stuff seriously.
I love it, man. I love seeing your enthusiasm for this stuff.
Oh, I appreciate it, man.
Just pushes everyone a little bit further.
Yeah, well, I try. Yeah.
I appreciate it a lot.
Let's go to our last one we've got here, Derrick. Favorite field day activity. Now, this could be something that you have created yourself, or this could be something that you have participated in. What's been your favorite field day activity?
Oh man, that's a good one. I'd have to say, well, 2 years ago, we did, and I don't know where I saw this. I want to say Kevin Tiller, and I know you know Kevin. If you don't, if you don't follow Kevin on Twitter, please do it. His review.
Oh yeah,
unbelievable. But I think this is where I saw it. I don't think he did it for field day, but he had like a robo tagger sort of thing where he had
yes
RC car, and I did it for the Fun in the Sun field day.
Nice.
And I took an inflatable shark and I,
the robo shark.
Yeah, and I called it Shark Attack. And nice. I had the kids on scooters on our blacktop. And then, I had one of the parent volunteers, and parent volunteers loved it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I had a couple noodles attached to it, so that way if it tagged them, but the kids were surfing around on their surfboards.
Oh yeah, scooter surfing.
Yep. And they're going through, and if the shark, tagged them, whatever, they had to go do something to come back in. And oh my gosh, seeing the kids' excitement for that, I have a video of it because it just happened chance. I wanted to take a video, put it up on Twitter or something like that. And this one kid's laugh, I swear I'll remember it for the rest of my life. I still have it on my phone right now just to hear his excitement. And it was, I'm sure it was the one kid that, I never really had a chance to connect with. I had struggles with, but seeing his excitement for that literally made my field day. Yeah. I remember going home telling people, I was like, oh, this kid, I saw him having such a blast, and I was able to chat with him afterwards and stuff.
Right.
It was cool seeing that, man. That activity was a blast, but whatever you want to call it, you could work it into whatever theme you got going on. But
and that's a great one to use for Fun in the Sun. I remember I started with just the RC car, and it had the noodles on top. And then I remember the Robo Shark. And what I did was in my new district, I got Baby Shark. So it kind of related to the students. So I put Baby Shark on top, And I have it set to my curriculum where we do this before we go on spring break. So I was like, let's get used to swimming. Let's learn how to swim on scooters, since some of you might be swimming over spring break. And I've got Baby Shark attached to the top, and he's over in the corner hiding, so I can lure him out. And I mean, the shrieks of joy and kind of maybe scared a little bit.
And I'm sure you probably had like a big, like, inflatable thing. Mine was like, I don't know, maybe that long, something like that.
Right.
It wasn't too big, but still got the idea down. But like setting the stage for those kids, man.
They loved it.
That's
they had a blast doing all that. Well, Derrick, I've usually done with my guests that I've had, I've kind of shared something that they've done in the past. And some people might have followed me. I am big into trailers. So what I usually make a trailer for is previewing the next year's field day. But I came across this, Derrick, and I wanted to share with our viewers what I found here.
I gotta say, I had so much fun filming that.
Oh, those trailers. iMovie, right? You made that through iMovie?
Yeah, it's super simple through iMovie.
It is very simple. Just switching pictures and putting your own text in there. Yes.
And that, I remember and you notice the quarantine hair there.
Yeah, yep. Mine got down to here. I didn't cut mine until I think September.
Yeah, I think that was probably towards the tail end of it. That was about how long it got, but that was
right.
But no, that started at it was a Friday night at 7, and we must have been filming till 1:30 in the morning, and not just because we wanted to get it done. It was a blast. We had so much fun filming that stuff, and it was just because all those are cuts of my video challenges I gave to the kids. You know what I mean? So it was really easy just to plug and play and push them in. Easy. Oh man, that was a fun Friday night.
I always say, promo, and what I try to do is, obviously I promo a year out, and that's just kind of to get the students ready for when they come back. But we do our countdown board out in the hallway of the gym, and then I'll send out videos saying okay, 40 days, 30 days, 20, 15, 10, 5 tomorrow, and then the day up. It's promoting what you've got to get people on board. I mean, it does wonders.
Oh yeah, it's like we talked about, it's setting that stage. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're trying to get kids hyped. We want them as hyped as possible till that day, and then we just go crazy.
Well, and see, I got I got all the prizes, the prize drawings in my office. So if my door's open, the kids see it and they're like, "Oh my gosh, what is?" Because I usually have them try to get points throughout the year to get their name on our class dojo board, and if they reach it, they get their name entered into the drawing for a prize. And now we're going to do trivia, and that gives their name an extra chance if they get the question right. So they're seeing all this stuff, and they're going crazy. And I was like, you all don't know what you're in for yet. I was like,
oh, I bet, especially since you're at a new school, man, and they haven't had a chance to see it. Don't.
Oh yeah. It's I don't know. I might cry that day because it's going to happen. I mean, I've had so much storage on my iPad, it won't update anymore because there's so many videos and pictures, and just I'm ready, to get it going. So hopefully, we have a good day on that day. So yeah, looking forward to it.
That's really cool. Yeah, I'm excited to see how it goes for you.
All right, Derrick, man, I really appreciate you doing this with me tonight. Can you tell our viewers maybe some contact info in case they want to get a hold of you for some questions?
Yeah, so I know you mentioned Drew, and first off, thanks for having me. Like I said, you've been a huge inspiration to how I do field day
Thanks,
and kind
man.
of how I prep for it. So
I
thank you.
appreciate that.
But no, how to contact me? Probably the easiest thing is if you're on Twitter, follow me on Twitter at Mr. Beals, PEMRBIEHLS, or you can just contact me via email, Derrick, and that's DERRICK Biehl, BIEHL at gmail.com. I'm happy
Awesome.
to help you out. I know I've helped a couple people out with Flipgrid field day templates before, so
Yes.
send me an email. I'm happy to work with you, and I promise it'll be super fun.
Oh yes, I know. There are probably still teachers that will have to probably finish out the year virtual that will probably want to get a hold of you and how to get that started. That again, that was just an awesome idea, man. An awesome idea.
Yeah, thanks so much. And Will Navis did it as well, and I presented with him on it, and
Nice.
Becky Fulmer as well helped us out with all of it, with all the tech stuff. So
All right.
all community.
Yeah, I say we get a lot of great ideas on here, and that's just another one to add that we have. So awesome job, Derrick, man.
Yeah, well, thanks for having me tonight, Drew.
Not a
Appreciate
problem. Not a problem. All right. So I was your host, Drew Burris, with Derrick Biehl tonight on Field Day Fun. And just remember, folks, no matter the style for this year, just make sure you have fun. And we'll see you next week with another episode.